Good morning. How's everybody doing? Let's see here. Yes, sir. There we go. Get a few things set up here. I said I was going to bounce in here and do an early morning show, but the kids are still asleep. We're going to get this thing rolling today. Good morning. Good morning. Reporting for duty. Yeah, well, I just wanted to get in here. I see everybody's kind of up, so I just wanted to say good morning and happy Easter to everybody who celebrates it. I don't know if every country does, so just good to get in here. Make sure I got my dates right today. It feels good to sleep in once, at least a little bit. I was up watching TV late last night with the wife, so get this thing categorized. Let me get this set up here. Make sure. Okay. Anyone can get in here. Go. Got that all saved? Wow. I'll give it a minute or two for people to get in here because I think we'll start the morning out with Jasmine. I got it all charted out. I wouldn't say all charted out, but after looking at it, I've seen some things that were looking really good on the daily chart, which will extend out for the next 2 or 3 days, if not 4 days. But we'll give it a minute for a few people to get in and get past my commercials or whatever their advertisement, because I know I do have that all tied in, and I know some people don't like it, but it's what's going to make to help the channel grow so we can have more live streams. Now you're looking at the 30-minute on Jasmine. I will change it here in a little bit. I'll go ahead and change it now. There's a 1 hour. Day. And I'll go over this here in a minute and explain to why I think this is fixing to get to be pretty huge in the next few days. I won't say huge, but very profitable for a lot of people. I know there's a lot of people in Jasmine on my channel. Either I can come back to it in a few minutes, because I know that everybody's going to be like, oh, have you covered Jasmine when they come in a little bit. So OGN making some good moves this morning. #1 coin right now. You can see why right here. They have a cross simultaneously down here. And just so you guys know what I'm using here, this one down here is the N MACD, normalized MACD. If you want to write it down, the settings are 12, 21, 9, 50, and 1. I don't use the histogram and that stuff. The bottom one here is the 5 and 1. I have to go look up exactly what that one is. But those two right there, there's I gotta make sure the settings are right. What I'll do is I'll do a video on charting, and I'll go through and add every one of these, how to get them, where they're at, what I'm using up in here, including market cipher A and B. And I think what I'll do is the code for these free versions of market cipher A and B, I'm gonna have to stick into Discord and put that in under trading. So I'll make those accessible. And then I'll put all the settings on what I do here, because I manually put in the EMAs at 50, 100, 200 and had to color code them the way I wanted it. And then this light blue one is a LM or LSMA, and that's set at 25.0 and close. And I have an SMMA, and that one's set at 7. So when you get these signals, it gets powerful. And like this one here, you can see the LSMA came around, it's fixing across, and with the other one here, I just named it, I don't remember it. And everything is pushing up on a coin here like this, or on a candle. And then we have this other MyMACD SR, that's what it's called. This orange line right here is in play real close, like they're almost under or right beside. This right here is going to get a nice big push. Right now, the 200 moving average, or since it's on a daily candle, now you can call it a 200-day moving average. It's pinching it right now. But I think it's going to have enough push to push right through that. I got a green dot of market cipher and the cross. This is all perfect lineups on a daily candle. And so OGN is getting a nice big push on the daily. And I think it could get even more. And that's what I'm seeing for Jasmine. Yeah, we'll get to KNC in just a second. And that's what I've seen for Jasmine lining up. Jasmine is like right here. If you see how this looks right here, and see how this is all separated right here, look at Jasmine here on the daily. Separated right here. Got a green dot. It's coming down right through it. And it's going to start curling up. The only thing different is all these EMAs down here and the SRs up here. So what I'm thinking is this could get a drop down as this starts coming up, and it's going to get a nice big push out of it. So that's what I'm seeing on the daily for Jasmine, just like you've seen right here. See, it played out right here. Got the cross here, got the cross there. This dropped down, everything started to curl up. But I don't think it's going to be that long of a turn because this is more shallow. I think we're more like right in here. You just got these smaller EMAs on top right now. So I think it's looking good. And I think Jasmine is going to curl up. It's going to come back up. We're going to see it up in the 0.4 area. I mean, we get the nice little curve like it. If I can draw this morning. No, I can't. That's if it curls back. If it continues on, it could get higher. It could put you up over 5 cents. I think we're just going to get up here and do another thing, gets over 4. And from there, we'll be depending on where Bitcoin goes. So that's just the way I'm looking at the continuation of Jasmine here. So it's getting higher. As we had a low here, went up. This one's going to curl up, going to be a higher high. So you can see how it's going to work its way up. So that's what I'm seeing on the daily for Jasmine. I marked it here. Everything's lining up. This 5-1 down here will move quicker than the one on top. So it will close up quicker than that one up there. So I think tomorrow or the next day is when we're going to see the close and a big push. Or should I say later tonight when the daily candle closes. So keep a close eye on the daily candles. That's what I'm seeing with Jasmine here. And the other thing that's helping out is the idea that everybody's saying, or not everybody, but with the one person I keep an eye on the most is saying in the next about 8 days, Bitcoin's going to make a move up towards 43K. And once it reaches up there, it's going to take a big dive. So if that's 8 days out, I could see this making its move along with it. But once we hit that point and Bitcoin tops out about 43.4, 43.2 in that area, be cautious because I think we're going to be in for a ride. Just my opinion based on what I've been hearing or what I've been watching. So on the 30-minute, 15-minute, all that fun stuff with Jasmine, it's going to be a roller coaster. I got a chart here. You can see it's already dipped out of it. So I'm just kind of keeping an eye on it. It is getting a nice little stair step here. It's working its way up. So it's going to be a roller coaster, but as long as we're getting higher highs or higher lows, it's going to keep moving up. So that's what I have to say about Jasmine right now. KNC. Yes, we can. KNC is getting reset back to the 50. That's below 0, which is way under oversold. So took a nice big dump here. There's a 30-minute. Where's the 1 hour? 15. 4. I'm just going through the time chart here to look at it thoroughly for you. The daily chart. See? The same way for the uptrend, right here when they both cross together, go up. When they both cross together, going down, it's going to come down pretty quick. Or not quick, but at a decent rate. It's going to come a lot farther down. If you just get one that crosses like this, and one that stays up, that's kind of like a fake out, or vice versa. It's going to be a small trend in one direction or the other, depending on which one's down and which one's up, or which one, but it's not going to be a big change. When you get both of them crossing at the same time, that means it's coming down to reset everything. So it's going to come back. I'm probably thinking on the daily, we're probably going to be looking somewhere around $4 or lower. So just be cautious, because what's going to happen is this right here is going to come back and level out to 0, like this one here is at 50. It's not quite at 50. 50 is considered 0 on the 5-1 chart, and then you got 0 on the normalized MACD. I gotta click on. I got so much stuff going on here. I can't remember everything's proper name. So KNC on the daily is looking like it's going to come back down. But yeah, they're going to get, draw a line here, I would say. There's 412. 371. That shortens out. 370 to 412. 411. I think that's about, once it crosses, that'll range between 4.5 to about 13% pullback in that range. Hope it stays in there. If it comes always back here to all of this and resets, then it's going to be, the same starting over. But I don't think it's going to come all the way back. Hopefully that helps you on KNC. I know everybody wants everything to keep going and going and going, but things have to take their time and cool off. They got to stair step their way up. And don't get me wrong, it's nice to see big, huge, large candles and blow up, but we're not going to see that until alt season is in full bore. Right now, we're just going to see these blast offs, cool off, then trickle up, then, 4, 5, 6 days later, another blast off. But as long as Bitcoin is doing what's doing and moving in decent directions, one way or the other, until it starts going sideways is when we get a pop off like that. When Bitcoin's moving up or moving down, these will follow, and they kind of hesitate because once Bitcoin goes up, they're like, okay, is it coming back down? And before they take, and then they'll start moving. And if Bitcoin kind of starts flashing like it's coming down, all your altcoins kind of start stopping and slowing down, and like, okay, what's going on here? So keep that in mind. And I think I turned my music off last night, did I? Yes, I did. I need to bump that back up a little bit. I apologize. Make sure, let me know if it's over driving my voice. I want to make sure it's not too loud. I do not have my headset on. So OGN is pretty topped out up here. It could stay topped out for a little while. The RSI on this, yes, got spiked out right here on that pump up. You can see it's cooling down. It's fixing to go back up here. You can see that in the movement. And it could pop out, but it's only at about 75, so it could still go up more. And I have seen both these get completely maxed out, and coin just goes crazy and keeps pumping. And that right there is just a solid volume driven pump. And that's what makes these coins move up higher and set higher lows, is when they just get maxed out and keep pumping. So we've seen a few of those. DNT did it a while back. Everything here was maxed out, and it just kept running and running and running. It went from 9 cents to 20 cents, and I think it got maxed out about 11, 12 cents. So it does happen. They do take off. They do explode. So then DNT, we were just talking about, here it is again. You can see where sometimes you'll see this right here come across, and you'll see this one drop down, and when it crosses, sometimes you'll see this just barely touch the line, and you got to blow it up, and you'll see a real small cross and pop back out, and it'll still pop out simultaneously, kind of like real close to there. Almost did it, not quite, but still, it still ended up being a pump up. So I get thrown up sometimes because these aren't actually always perfectly dead on, and you'll still get a nice pump. So these are just indicators. These aren't 100% dead on. Every indicator you use is just something else that tries to level your odds on how you're getting to buy and sell on a coin, which is a lot better than just having a gut feeling and go, oh, I think this would be the one of the day. You know, it's like when you go to horse races and dog races or whatever, they have pamphlets that have odds and the last few races, so it kind of helps give you something to go by for the decision you make of what you're going to do. It just cuts the odds back and doesn't give, you know, the coin a chance just to railroad over you. So, but like I said, they're not 100% always accurate, and people get frustrated with some of us tubers. They go, "Oh, you said it was going to do this, and it went the other way." Or if any one of us were ever 100% right, we'd be the biggest YouTuber in the world for charting. We'd have 100 million to 1 billion followers. And everybody has their own kind of way of charting. People who are more professional charters will look at what I do and say, oh, you're doing it wrong. Everybody's going to critique everybody, but everybody gets their own style of doing things that works for them. So that's the thing, is you need to, I got a link in the description to get you a free TradingView. TradingView is free to use. It's limited on what options you have to use and how much stuff you can save. But grab that link, get TradingView. I'm going to do a video later. I was supposed to do it last night, and it's going to take longer to do it. But I'm going to go over TradingView, show people how the indicators work, what candles how to do the candles, and what all these are over here. I don't know them all, but I know enough of them to get me by, and show you how to draw your lines, show you how to do a Fibonacci, show you how to put all this stuff in here, and walk you through. And that way the video will always be there. You can always pause it, rewind, and then set yours up accordingly. And then you can color code how you want to make these colors look for yourself. But then you'll have something to try to do your own. That's what I want people to do. I want people to learn how to do their own charting and make their own calls. And that way they can say, you know, hey, CH, what's your thoughts here? You know, I'm seeing it this way. How are you seeing it? And I can come in here and say, well, I see it this way. And you go, oh, wow. So we can kind of, you know, everybody kind of compares notes. And everybody sees something that somebody else doesn't see. And then you're like, wow, okay, great. We caught this together, you know. Get out, get in, whatever you do. So I will get that video done probably this evening. So DNT flagging out a little bit, more of a bear flag than a bull flag, pointing more down. Oh, doesn't mean it's going to take off anymore. Doesn't mean it's going to drop, but looks like it's needed a little pullback, probably back to the 200 moving average. And that's the green line down below, and it'll slowly move up as that comes down. Right here you see the 100 crossing the 50. That's the white and yellow ones. So that'll pull us back a little bit. It'll make the cross completely. This will probably turn back up a little bit. And that's the other thing. You watch these charts and you go over them enough time, you get to notice how the movements of things work. And I go over a lot of coins. So like some of you who are just into one coin and you're like, this is my favorite coin, this is what I'm sticking with. This will help you chart just that one coin and keep that one coin up to par every day, all day long. You can look at everything from 1 minute to 1 month, 1 week, 3 days, 2 days, 1 day, 12 hours, down to 1 hour, down to 1 minute. I know if you want to get into the seconds, you got to pay for premium to get access to that. So, and you can look at it with different candles, because there's my Akanishi candles, which I like using better, but when I'm streaming, I've been switching over to the normal standard candles. So, and it took me a while to get used to TradingView. I was making mistakes with it, erasing things. I bet you I installed Market Cipher 10 times on it before I could figure out how to quit erasing it and get it back. Because if you double click on here, you lose everything. You just get nothing but charts. But double click back and it comes back. And I'd accidentally double click and freak out and go, oh my god, I lost it. I had to go reinstall it. but we'll get that covered. I know I'm not the greatest charter in the world, and I'll probably take a big lashing once I do that video, because there'll be people who chart better and have more fundamentals than I do, and they will probably come on there and thrash me. And so, but there's quite a few people in my 24/7 live stream wanting that information, so I'd be more than happy to do it. I'll take the beating for you. So coins are moving. Let's see what we got going here. Farm. See, Farm is making an uptick here, and that LSMA came down and smacked it in the head here. So that's got to be able to push through, back through there. If not, it's going to just keep getting pushed down with that. Both of them on a downward trend. AVT. Same thing. Had a nice little pop out right back here. Well, I had a little, both of them touch and came back up. So that's where that is. And the next few candles are right here. The green dot was prior to that, but there was nothing really to signal it was going up higher until here. So nice, 253. We had a jump all the way to 276. And just the other day, you know, AVT was down in the 240s here. So if you want accumulating, you missed out on a good opportunity here, but some people just buy and hold for the long term. Definitely a good coin to hold long term. Yeah, Farm, Poly, kind of flagging out. Get a lot of coins that already throttled up, starting to flag out. Now it's coming decision time. PLU, falling down, crossed over. So, Bico still making a move. See how this one crossed under and came back up, and this one just cooled off is all it did. Now, if this one down here would have crossed the same time that one would, it'd be a different story. We'd all just keep coming down. RBN. No volume coin that gets a pump every once in a while. That's all I can say about RBN. Good low cap coin, I think it is. That's the RBN. Yeah, 57 million market cap. Still fairly low. I mean, hey, 300 million in this right here would be what? 1, 2, 4x. 6x maybe, yeah. 58's 116. About 6x, 5.5, 6x go to 300 million. So a lot of these low market cap coins, and I've been trying to save them because I'm going to do a video on them. Low market cap. I'm going to start doing a video on them and covering the potentials that they have once alt season gets cooking. And So these low market cap coins, you're going to see them 3, 4, 6, 8, 10x, depending on how low they are. Hi JP, yes, I just got done with Jasmine not even 3 minutes ago. So you might want to rewind. I covered it pretty thoroughly, but I will cover it again before I get done. So it's up to you if you want to hang around and visit longer. I will get back to it a little later. Sorry. MLN starting to pump a little bit. We are on the 24 minute. Just got across right there. Green dot. Everything lined up. $57 coin. MLM. How high didn't you pump yesterday too? Yeah, I think you did. Yep. Very fast moving coin. It pumps real fast and pulls right back real fast. Keep an eye on it. It is 57. It could pump as high as 61, but if you don't have it preset to catch it, that thing will just, it'll snap up 1 second or two, boom, snap right back. Almost not enough time to even hit the buy and sell signal. So just be cautious. It can catch you, leave you hanging. Might have to hold it till the next pump. But one of these days, pump up, not come back. MLN. How low market cap is that one? $118 million. 2.093 million coins in circulation. Total supply 1.8. That'll make sense. How does it have less total supply than what's in circulation? Okay, let's refresh. Okay, it does. It has more coins in circulating than in total supply, but there is no max supply. So if there's no max supply, I'm assuming they're putting more coins in as things go. That's the only thing I can assume. So all time here, market cap, price. So I'm just looking at the formation to see if something's changing in there. So if we had 154 million market cap there, and price was higher, so your coins in circulation were lesser. So we got at the same price here. Be right about here. 525, same market cap. Price was 254. The price down here was 85. So yeah, definitely diluting more coins in versus market cap. Best way to figure out this coin here, why they're doing what they're doing, is go read the white paper, see what they do. They could have a automated system that adds coins as it pumps to try to control the price. I'm not sure. Could be why it pumps up like it does, gets those big quick spikes and pulls back real quick. I'm not sure. So, but it does get a huge rise in volume. So it's good to go know about the coin, read up on it. The more you know, the more you'll understand why it does what it does. But with it being at 119 million, it could 2x easily. 250 million, 300 million. But last thing you want to do is buy it, have it go up, and it turn around and flash back down because they just add another million or two coins and diluted it back down and washed out your profits. Well, it's good to know and understand how coins work. The other thing, CoinMarketCap has all your information. A link in my description for CoinMarketCap 2, which allows you to collect these little diamond things, have a little fun with it. So, rolling down the list here, let's just do a refresh. It's been sitting for a long time. See who's moved up and who's fallen down. RBN is going to pump this morning. Get away from all those low volume tickers here, and it's going to make a little pump. So good for RBN. I don't like playing with it because it just aggravates me to see dead volume coins. AVT does the same thing, but once it gets pumping and moving, at least the coins get back into the good volume areas to where they're all rounded coins, not all these flat tops. QSP is looking like it's making a move. I've seen it moving up pretty quick there. 30 minute. And that's just flat there. 1 day. You can see where, yeah, it just touched here and bouncing, but it's crossing there. 15 minutes. There we go. Little touch. That one just crossed. This one came down touched. And that's where you get the little spike off of there. Yep. Boom, boom, boom. So right here is the original. You can see the green dot. Green dot right there before it crossed. It touched. Came down, crossed up right here. So you got a green dot warning before it happened. A lot of times I get the cross, then do a green dot. So see the LMSA is in the middle here. Everything else is under. So 15 minutes, get another candle up here a little higher and get a close. Get it above the blue line so it's pushing it. We'll actually get it running good. So QSP. Gonna get a little turnaround today. Yep, I could probably see it coming up here and trying to cup out maybe. So areas of resistance is going to be about 0.068, 0.0689. We can get through these two little areas. I could see it pushing up further into, you know, the top of this at 706. So that would be the goal, to hit that right there. Points of resistance is going to be right here's one of them. It's fighting right now. Top that orange. Next one right there. So pretty much just consider that a channel. Once it breaks through that channel, then it pretty much could run right up in there. That's the reason I like using these, because it kind of like already dictates your little channels. That's a pattern I notice when these things start going up. This right here is like a resistance channel. Get through that. Looks like it'll run on up. So get through the resistance first. Once you break the resistance, it comes support. So if they go up here and hit that one, it would probably pull back and hit this one. See, look at that, just blew up there. So that was actually lingering down here. I pulled back and it just blasted right up. Definitely a nice big candle. Looking good. How big is this candle? 1.5%. So what kind of run up are we looking if it goes all the way up to here? 4.5%, 5% there. From the beginning. started moving, that becomes a full 5.5% run. Which ain't bad. 5.5% plus it's already at 3 now. That makes it about 8.7, almost 9% up here in the corner. So if you're having TradingView and you're following along, and you hear me say, 5.5 plus this right here makes 9%, then that's what you look for. So, and I kind of say those numbers in my own head. As I'm going through other coins, I can glance back and go, oh look, it's getting there. Yes, QSP making a little bit of move this morning. Starting to top out. See how this one topped out, came back a little bit. That one's topping out, so now they're looking for the yellow line, which when you first upload these in, they're red and white. And I just don't like red and white. It's too bright to look at nighttime. I like dimmer colors at night. So look for this gold line to go up with the blue line. Then that's 100% maxed out. And you'll see everything else curl. Let's see how I just said that channel. It'll pop up, come back, try to retest it. Hopefully it holds right here and continues back up. This is a 15-minute candle. Ooh, so it could touch it a couple of times, push back up. So that's nice. It broke through, lit up a new candle. That new candle came back and retested right at the very beginning, which is good. That will get that out of the way, and then closer to the middle to the end of this candle, we can possibly get it running right back up. Now that's all. You weigh out all the scenarios of how it works in your mind, and you'll start seeing this stuff. So everybody got big plans today for Easter. Kids, my wife is watching today. They came here. They're tired, taking a nap, or they showed up here an hour and a half, 2 hours ago. Put them back to bed. Can we NFT? Well, yeah, you probably could. Yeah, I don't know. It'd be under the violent NFT clause, right? I don't know. You can pretty much NFT anything anymore. I don't know. I mean, I got a security system with video on it. I bet you I could probably make snapshots off that. An NFT if you want it. I got 4 cameras around my house. So, yeah. I can zoom them in, zoom them out. They got night vision. Matter of fact, one of my neighbors' cars where my camera's pointing got broke into, and I had video footage of it, so they were grateful for my system. So how you doing this morning, TNX? Happy Easter, everybody. Happy Easter to you. I didn't know if I was going to do a show or not, because I didn't know how late the little ones would sleep in. I didn't get up until 6:30 or so, 7 o'clock. But I did stay up until about 1 o'clock this morning watching a series with my wife, which was enjoyable, and go pass out. So, go to bed at 1 o'clock and get up at 6:30. I guess you could consider I slept in pretty good. Consider most days I only get 4 or 5 hours of sleep. Polly making a little move. Let's save these. With my fingers, I'm feeling with my fingers today. It's about as good as it's gonna get. I can't remember the exact name of it. It's about, what do they have? 4 couples. They're boyfriend, girlfriends, they're engaged, they're not married or nothing. They bring them all in, and it's a series about either you leave me or you're going to marry me when this is over with. And they actually let them all choose other couples if they want to date somebody different. I don't know. It was kind of stupid, but the intensity of the emotions in the show was pretty cool. And I think, what was it, 2 couples broke up, and the other 3 or 4 couples ended up getting married. And then one couple, he ended up leaving his girlfriend for the one he dated. And so those were the 2 that broke up. The one girl left her man, and other guy left his girl, and to be together. So yeah, it's not a new series, but it was like some kind of marriage, pre-marriage test to see if the person you're really with is the one you want to marry or whatever. I don't know, but it was interesting. I don't know the name of it, but I sat down and watched it with my wife. So it was intense emotionally to watch for the people. I would never go through it. Shit. That's just me. Really nothing really exciting today. I knew it was going to be a slow morning just for the fact it's Easter. People are busy with family, spending their time with their kids, which they should be. Different time zones. Some people are probably sleeping in. Younger people, they were having their pickled eggs last night with their beer and probably passed out drunk. Why the little kids with family are getting up and getting all their Easter baskets and all their sugary high for the day so they can drive their parents insane. By the time this evening gets around, Easter will be a miserable day, and they're like, I'll never fill him full of chocolate again. Today's the day all the little children get to become sugar junkies. I think that's the reason they call it a rabbit holiday, because the kids get hopping around if they get all jacked up on chocolate. I can see this come around over here somewhere. So if this comes over here and pumps up, as that comes down, maybe it can cross back through it. Playing out scenarios here. If not, it's going to meet up with the candle over here, and it's going to hit it and push it right out of the bottom of this thing, and we're going to drop down out to the 200. Poof. So we'll see how this plays out in the next candle or two. And scroll down the list here and see what movers we have. ESN, no, it's in the red here, so it doesn't look like it's going to be pumping yet. Band, is Band making a move? Yeah, look at that. Green dot, 2 of them fixing across here. Right here, look at this. Band is all wound up. Looking awesome. It's above all the EMAs. Right down here on this SR. LMSA is coming underneath the candle. Both of these are looking to get ready to cross, and a green dot. So all we're needing now is the final candle to make this cross completely. And I think we can see Band have a nice little run up here. So keep an eye on that. See how it just pulled down and separated? That's what you don't want right before it happens. So there's that line there of possibilities. It needs to break that. You know, it might break that one. Then it's got to top that one there, not create a double top, and keep running. So that's the line for a run. But I'll zoom this back in. You'll see how this just pulled back right to the LMSA. So it just came back and smacked that. And so it almost opened these up almost perfect. So hopefully that'll hold. We got 5 minutes left. And the next candle got a green dot. So green dot usually indicates this should cross on the next candle. So let's watch it, see if it as it gets closer down to the 1 minute area, if this starts pulling up. And then the next candle happens, it pops up and both these across simultaneously. That's what you need to do, is just sit and watch sometimes. And this is the deciding factor. Well, do you buy early and take the chance of the next candle falling through and this opening back up and this bouncing out there and this one going through and this whole thing gets spoiled? And then it becomes a green dot, red dot, just like this right here. And what you want is a green dot and a run up like this right here. So if we measure that run up here to there, that's 2.25%. 2.25% will get us past that line. It's up there at $3.88, which would get this thing rocking and rolling more. So what I'm seeing here is looking like it wants to cross. So if it does cross, and I get a little pop up and they both cross simultaneously, we could get a little explosive here. And this could probably run up a good 5, 7, possibly 10%, depending on the volume that's being pushed on it right now. So band is looking good. If it was to get a 5, or let's say if it was to get a 7% run up, which is where I usually like to see things run, is at least 7%. That would be right there at $4.06. 5, so half of 7 is 3.5. Right there is 392. So roughly 5% would push us up somewhere around 395, a little more. So 395, 397 would be the 5% mark. So you gotta watch this stuff and make sure it crosses. You just can't dive into it and go, oh yeah, it's gonna run. Because you see right there, just dip back through it. It's kind of pulling back up, but it dipped through it. And wick, I don't really consider wicks. It's where the hard body closes. So I mean, if it comes way down here, then you know it's not gonna pull back up right there before it closes. Got 2 minutes left. See the green dot went away as it dropped down. So still got 2 minutes. A lot of things happen usually in the last 55 seconds of the last minute. Those are things you want to look out for, because that could curl right back up, all the way back up here to the last 30 seconds of this candle. A beautiful setup, beautiful scenario, just got taken away from somebody selling a bunch of coins. So it was lined up. So what could happen now is this would be just a continuation going down. This would be a continuation going sideways. And the last thing you want is this blue LMSA turning and getting on top of the coin. So when it does pump, it won't pump very far. It might just be a little bitty pump back up to where it is right here. I'm trying to explain how these charts work. I was hoping to catch that happening in 1 more minute. It would have been nice to watch it unfold. But catching a coin, taking off, and watching it unfold would be awesome. Not always happens. Very few and far between I get to catch them like that. And some people, they pre-buy. And they'll go, oh, I'll buy it. And then it starts dropping and go, oh, crap. And they sell it and they take a loss. If you pre-buy something that takes a drop, you might as well hang on to it for half a day, rest of the day, maybe a week. Let it cool off. Like, it'll come back. It always does. Kind of figured viewership to be really low today, so I'm not too worried about it. I'm sitting here anyway. A lot of red coins. There's a 1%er, Suku. Might, Pro. Look at that Pro right there, 203 is at 0.098. Inside all these ones and twos. It's sitting neutral. Looks like it might be wanting to pull back up. I'm going to wait till that candle makes a new candle here. And we'll see what this does here. It stayed open. It opened this one up more down here. So I think we're just going to have a continuation. It's primed. It's ready to go. That one's below 0. This one's sitting right at 56. So almost down to 50. Had that little curve up right here. So this thing is primed. It wants to go, but I think it just kind of bit itself right here. Come on, print the candle. Really, Coinbase? Wow. Coinbase and TradingView just lagging. Major lag. It's been 1 minute and that candle hasn't printed yet. That is just, it's uncalled for. I find it ridiculous because it's hard to trade when things take that long to make a new candle. What we do if I go to 1 minute? See, it still hasn't printed 1 minute. It's just going to skip that candle and go to the next one. So you see the little crossover on the 1 minute, then the fall back on the 1 minute. So green light, red light. 15-minute candle. There we go, a new candle. It's green. So now you're at the mercy of another whole full 15 minutes. And if it spikes real quick, and one of these goes through and the other one doesn't, it's just going to be a little small pump. Something, nothing big. Just little tiny. That kind of spoiled that one. Sucks. Pro. Still right here. It's in the green. So I can see it possibly pull out of that and go green. Couple more. Kind of slowly move up. Bitcoin, what are you doing? Are you pulling back or moving upward? Looks like it's slowly moving up. Yeah, it's fluctuating up a little bit. We can get back to that 30,500 area again. Please smash the like button on your way in. Like, subscribe, enjoy. Check out Pro, because like I said, it's almost a whole percent, almost 2% different. This is 15 minutes, so yeah, I got a little pump up right here. We're going to fight that 200 moving average. It does have the LMSA up underneath this candle now. So here it's touching. So as long as it's pushing up on it, all the other EMAs should push it through the 200 moving average. Yeah, Jasmy's still good. It's just, I'm not looking at the 5, 10, 15 minutes. I'm looking at Jasmy daily. It's going to fluctuate as it goes through the daily or goes through the day. But my charts that I pulled off last night show the daily is in a very hot mode for Jasmine. So it's not going to play out every 15 or 5 minutes and be a straight run up. It's going to work its way up. It's going to pull back a little bit. But over the next 3 days, you're going to see an impressive Jasmine. Crappy coins. Or crappy candles, should I say. Look at all these indecisives hanging out at 0. Look at that. No volume. PLS and DDX is dead volume. It's probably moving, just not much. 30-minute here. Starting to skip off, going across here. Got red dot. Good change. Gonna pump little bitty pumps. Look at that. Little bitty pumps, but that should pop off right here pretty decent. Maybe get back up here to the 200 moving average. But yeah, some are moving up, some are moving down. But being a holiday Sunday, I'm not expecting a lot of explosions. I'm not expecting any big runs. You might get one or two here taken off. Just figured it would be a mild day. So here's Jasmine. Here's what I charted out. A lot of people asked me about it again. I did cover it the first 15 minutes on here. I got a lot of lines drawn on Jasmine. Jasmine is working its way up. Here's a little pullback, and here's working right back up to this line here. So it is making higher lows, and it is moving up. But this is the 30-minute. This is the 15-minute, and I'm not looking at any of these right here. I'm not short-term selling and buying, trading it. If you guys are buying and selling these little bitty moves, that's fine. What I'm looking at is right down here, the 1 day. Look at it lining up right here. You got the 1 day, 2 green candles. These are working on closing up. These are going to end up closing up together. And when that happens, we had this big run up here. How many days was this? Well, we go from this candle to that candle. That's 17 bars. That's 17 days. So we go from here, 14, 15, 16, 17 days is what it says, 17 bars. So it's saying it could run like this till May 22nd. Maybe not. You know, maybe it'll run up faster. Maybe run to the 26th. So all I'm looking for is these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 days right here of green candles. So that's what I'm banking on right here. I'm banking on this going here like that. And I drew it out a minute ago. I should have left it there. Come on, get that drawing right. Get my hand on the mouse. That right there, if it does the same thing as it did back here, that's your 4 cents you're looking for. It could come up a little bit steeper to your 4, and then curl off, which would bring you up here around 5.5 cents. So it's your top where it was before. 0.0499. It stopped right at 5 cents. So that's what I'm looking at on the dailies right here. It's been down low for a while. We were charting it way back up here. These were our high 20-30 cents. We're taking a roller coaster ride down. You're bottomed out right here. This is the bottom. I don't think it's going to get much lower than this here. Even though we had a spike down right there. Or no, that's my line. Never mind. That's my line on today's candle. Yesterday's candle. So look at your pattern. Look where it's come down to. Look where the bottom is. It's not hitting it right now. It's staying up there. It's curling back up. That could curl up faster, almost to here and up. So you can see we had fun. We played with it. We drew a bunch of crap on it. Jasmine had some nice. I mean, we charged the crap out of it back here. We had rockets and everything. So party time was back here. That's all that tells me. This is exciting party times. So you're back to that point. You had an opportunity here, pulled back off. A lot of this had to do with Bitcoin. So look how this is trending. So I'm seeing the trend working its way back up. You will eventually see 7 to 10 cents. Just not overnight, not tomorrow, not in 3 days. If you want 7 cents, 10 cents, it's going to take a couple of weeks to get there. But this is your daily play out right here is what I'm saying. So, like it or not, it's not going to happen the next 15-minute candles. So, this is what I see for Jasmine. This is my opinion. This ain't facts. It ain't written in stone. It's not 10 commandments. It is basically trying to read the charts, how they're going to run. And you can already see the daily's up above from what I'm seeing here. So you could get a nice pop off right here and follow this channel. You're going to get a pullback in here. You're just going to pop this channel. It's going to get up here somewhere around 2.3, 2.4. And it's going to maybe get a, I wouldn't say a red candle on the daily, but it's going to pull itself back down. And you're going to get frustrated watching that 5-minute, 15-minute candles. So 3, 4, 5 days, 6 days right in here, it's moving. And the way we're talking about Bitcoin and what I'm seeing on Bitcoin is about 8 days. It was 10 days. So about 8 days, Bitcoin's going to work its way up towards 43,000. Might be only 22,750. But it's going to work its way up and close to 43,000. Then it's going to have a big crash. It's going to come tumbling down. So, 8 days. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So you could pop this up to almost 4.5 cents, 5 cents in 8 days. And then Bitcoin could turn around and just take a crap, and you're going to end up free falling all the way back down. So keep an eye on how Bitcoin is reacting, along with Jasmine. They're gonna run hand in hand. So that's all you can do now. Yeah, now Jasmine looks awesome when you zoom out and look at this. But when you look at it for the 2 or 3 minute, 5-minute candles, Jasmine looks like crap. So that's why I started posting last night about Jasmine. I said, hey, this looks freaking awesome. It's going to do good. But like I said, everything's contrary to Bitcoin. Bitcoin could turn around and just run up to 43,000 tomorrow by Tuesday. Jasmine can catch it, maybe only get up to 2.5 cents. Bitcoin could turn around crap in 3 days. So that's the things you got to watch out for. OGN 12.5%. Alice, are you making a move this morning? Alice, fixing to have a crossover. There's the green dot. There's the crossover on the 30-minute. We're lined up here, there. We're all underneath here. Looks like we're going to get a little push. Alice is going to the moon. Oh, the honeymooners. Alice, you're going to the moon. So we'll see how this one plays out. That is a 30-minute candle, 16 minutes left. Let's go to the 15, see if it's already crossed. See, the 15 looks totally different. But there you go. You gotta break this top up here. Make sure it don't get rejected here. The last top of this other candle. So can we see Alice take off? And that's what you look at. I look at different time frames. There's 30 minutes. Did it cross right there on the 30-minute? Boom, boom, together. Nice cross. As soon as it popped up, they both turned up right through it. That's what you want to see Jasmine do on the daily. when it both cross up and you get a daily cross up, you'll see this thing take off. Watch this get up here. It'll slow down, double tap this, and hopefully it'll blast through it. That's what you're hoping for here, because that's where it's fighting right now at this tip right here. So it's got to blast past this tip back here. But I said, you zoom out, you'll see the whole picture of everything. So behind those up here, right there, boop, boop. Put that in blue. So it broke through that little tip. Just zoomed in here. Make it thicker so you can see what's going on. So there's that line from way back there. It broke through it. Has this little hold up. Now look at it just run. Boom, 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 boom. It'll hesitate here in a second. Now as this is coming up, what you want to do is keep an eye on these starting to go up and curl. Just like on the money, on the yellow vibe here, you want to watch it. Try to not fold over too soon. So I bet you if I zoom back, I could probably see something far enough back here to make that. See what it's catching on? There's a tip right here. So those are the things you gotta look. There's a tip here, there's a tip up there. So that tip up there lines up with that tip. So there's another spot it's catching on right here. As I go through here and you look at these and you go, okay, let's find this one here. So go back here, zoom this out, and you can watch. So that blue line up here is a tip way back there. This right here is a tip there. This blue line it's on right now is another tip of a candlestick way back there. So you see where your points of resistance are. And once you go through them, that becomes support. It's almost like building your own fibs. Now, is it going to continue through this next one? Is it going to hold up? But you do have the power to get up there. Ooh, look at that, just blew right through it. So this thing is going to rock and roll here. It gained a little power there. It's very possible it could come back and retest this one since it blew through it so fast. But that works as almost as a double resistant. There's this tip here and the other one just a hair above it. And it smashed right through it pretty quick. So I expect that to possibly come back and retest that. It could be a later on retest. This could pop up, run up here to 715, 720. That could be the retest. How big of a candle is this right now? 2.79%, about 3%. So now we've seen it cut through on the 30 minute. We can go over here and go to the 5 minute and watch how it reacts. We can watch it on a lower time frame because we already seen it blow through. So once you found how it breaks out and when it breaks out, then you can go back to your 5 minute, 3 minute candles for your trade. You know, if you want to try to scalp this thing. A lot of people run the 3 minute candles because that's where they see it scalping. But with fees, scalping a small percentage like this ain't really worth it with Coinbase fees. I mean, there's only 0.24%. Now, if you're on Coinbase 1, depending on how those fees and structures work, I'm not sure exactly how they are because it says there are some fees on certain types of trading. It still might not be feasible. But if you can get 0% trading fees and pay a monthly fee and not get charged for buying scalping these like that, then that would be awesome. They have a little pullback, and here we are on the 3-minute now. Like I said, I thought it would come back and retest this double line. It smashed it pretty quick. I do enjoy watching coins do this kind of stuff, and it's nice to let people sit and watch it with me, so you kind of start understanding the mode of how these charts work. So I'd like for people to enjoy coming here, but I also want you to be able to look at your charts, make your own decision. There's nothing worse than trying to trade and not knowing what you're trading on. Then you get frustrated because you feel like, oh, it's coming down, I'm losing money, and then you hurry up and cash out, and you're taking a loss, not realizing that you bought up here and it's just retracing to the next line of resistance or support, and it could bounce back up. I don't know how many times people probably got scared and sold. It come down to, you know, another 20-30 cents and then bounce, and they're like, man, if I just stayed in, I could have made another $2,000. Instead I took a $500 loss, or a $50 loss instead of making $100 profit, you know. And you think, man, I got bad luck. No, you not knowing is hurting you. So it's best that people, you know, use these tools. It's free. TradingView is totally free. It's limited to how much stuff you can upload on it and save on it on the free version, but hey, if it's free, use it for free for a while. I did. I used it almost a year and a half, 2 years for free. Maybe longer. I think they said I've been a member now 4 years. I've been using TradingView for a good long time. It wasn't until recently I started paying for it because I needed it for multiple devices. Like, if you're going to use it for more than one computer, then they want you to pay for it. And I'm frustrated because even their highest plan still only allows you to use it on like 3 computers. I want them to create another plan where I can use it on as many computers as I want. That way I could use the same setup for 4 or 5 streams. So let's see where Alice goes. I'm curious because it pulled back. It almost touched these areas right here. We are on the 3 minutes, so you know, if I go back to the 30-minute where we can get the signals, this is what it looks like, just one big candle. You're not seeing all the little pullbacks. That's why I went to the smaller time frame. So it broke through there. It's going to the next area of support. There's also the very first EMA here. Turn sideways. Hopefully that'll catch it. That's why you see how that support works. That EMA, see how it just broke over and laid sideways? That candle could come down, hit the top of that EMA, which is right here at the support, and turn around and go back. It's amazing how these things work. It is totally cool. Because trading is not based on what these charts do. It's basically based on people buying and selling. So this is all psychological and emotional trigger points is all this is. This is like the nerves of somebody's brain cells working. If you look at it that way, this is all emotional type traits of years of somebody studying and saying this is why these signals work. There's a red dot on the 3 minute coming back down. So go to the 30 minute and see what's happening here. These have not crossed back. They did not go flat, so it's still good. On the 30 minute, it's still showing good. On the 3 minute, you'd probably be freaking out, oh my god, I better sell, I'm losing. It could just be a small pullback. But until that 30-minute candle where it started to get invalidated, I would not get worried. I mean, a good scalping point. That's why you do 3 minutes on scalps. There's your 5-minute pullback. That one did not fall through. That one is hanging above. 15 minutes. See, 15 minutes still looks good. So I got 4.5 minutes of that 15-minute candle. So a lot can happen in the next 4.5 minutes or 5 minutes. That's why I tell you guys not to worry about Jasmine. It might be bouncing around on the 3-minute and 5-minute, even on the 15-minute. But I'm not looking at the minutes or the hours. I'm looking at the days right now. And as it starts winding up, then I'll start moving my time frame into the hours. And as it gets closer to doomsday, then you'll start watching the minutes. So hopefully some of this helps some of you people understand how a lot of this works. As Alice is doing its thing, I am going to scroll through here and look at other coins and see what they're doing. Let's see if we got some more movers down here in the lower end coming up. REN possibly. Ape making a pullback to the red. So you got a lot of red and white here. It tells me Bitcoin's making some moves, and it is. It's going up almost at 40,500. So you watch, it's at 40,440 area and it's fluctuating. If it pops up and gets above that the 500 area, and I'll show you in a minute, there's a red line in there. Something magical about that red line, once it pops through it and gets on top of it, these alts will all start moving again. Rory making a little move here, 2% out of the red. So let's jump out of Alice real quick, go to Rory. Go here to the 15 minutes. Wow, big candle in the 15. See the breakthrough? See how they're angling up? Look at that, flickering. Rory going to end up running up to what, $8, $9 here maybe? 2.5%. I didn't get that right. Probably 3% run. 2.86% run. Back at the $8 will be 5.5% run. Nice big candle on Rory. What can we expect out of you on this run here? 5, 6, 7% would be sweet. Would take you to 826. There's 3.5 right here. Halfway mark. There's a halfway line right here. So there's almost 3.5% right here. $7.99. $8 mark is 3.5%. You break that, we very well get our 7% out of it. Very nice blow off there with Rory on the 15 minutes. Rory is a NFT coin if I remember. There it is, $7.99. There's $8. It broke the halfway point. And I think I was talking about Rory just the other day. It was I telling people I thought it was a good buy when it's down here at $6, $7 area, low sevens. And there it goes. Back to the $7.99 mark. 3.5% run up, little pullback. So if it runs at 3.5%, it's going to pull back about 125. Let's mark this up here. 125 pullback. 3.5, 1.5, 0.75. be about the average pullback. I guess 0.7476 there, so as long as it stays within that little area there, fine. Or to continue on up. That's a nice fresh little pullback. That's what you want to see. Break to that $8 mark and continue rise. And if you want to keep on running, the RSI did max out here, but the rest of it is still looking good. Still plenty of room to run this up more. So I'm seeing from 0.49 all the way up to the 1%. So you still got about another 20, was that about another 0.50%? So half of 0.5% equates to quite a bit, about 814, 815 area. Still got room down here to get explosive. See the money flow starting to curl here, but there's nothing stopping that from popping up, keep continuing more. Or it creates these points like that. Right back here, curled and then pointed right straight up. So, Rory, get past that $8 mark. Let's pump it. Let's go one more time. Get back up to this red block and show us some more up here. And I don't know how close that is to the bottom of my red block. Wow. Just a tick off, just a hair off that line there. Not bad. And that I had 0.76, so that tick off would be 0.75. Almost a perfect little pullback. Now we're just trying to get past $8 now. Barely slowly getting past it, 8.01. Get past this, don't create a double top. If it can break that top, there we go. There's a double top. Continue. There you go. So now you got a higher high. I don't know why I can't get this to lock on here and stay there so I could draw around it, but there it is. It came back, retraced the top of this. So it made a higher high, came back, retested the top of this. Now you want to continue up more. But what I do is I measure the bottom of the candle to the top where it starts to pull back. And then whatever that percentage is, divide it in half and divide it in half again, is about 0.25% pullback. Is about what I call average. If you get to where you're starting to pull back 35, 40, 50%, a lot of times it won't continue and make a higher high. The odds get worse on you. And this is all we're doing. We're eliminating the odds of choosing a roulette table of black or red. Now, if you had a way to calculate how many times a roulette table would hit black versus red, you eliminate how much your odds are and better chances of winning just playing black or red. And that's basically what you're doing here. You're eliminating the odds, putting them in your favor. Very nice run up for Rory here. Don't know if we'll get a full $1 out of it. It'd be sweet. But see how it's starting to pull up here? 0.44. And you can mark lines down here too. You can draw lines to see how much it's moving up. So now we're getting overextended on the RSI. This little blue line right here is at 80%. We're getting above it, it's pointing up. So the pressure is getting higher for it to want to keep pushing higher, but it still has more room to keep going. We're definitely looking good. RSQ, or REQ, looking like it's fixing to make a little move. Scroll down here and look at some of these here. DTX possibly making a little pull up, still in the white. Hey, God's moved. It was stuck on $1.10 all day yesterday. Moved 1 penny. The REQ is in the white. It's holding still. It's at 0.05%. Be nice to see it move up just a touch. It could be crossing. Let me go check on that real quick. 15. Let's go to the 30. Nice little touch back here. Pull it, push through a little bit. Got a blue diamond. Everything's pushing up on the bottom. Look for REQ to get a nice little pump this morning. Probably get up here to 200 moving average. Kick back. Be nice if it blows through it, then you can expect higher. So, Rory. See, I lost my little mark there. Yeah, there's where it's hanging up right here. So, like I said, if you zoom out, zoom all this, I call it zooming in, but everybody else calls it zooming out. You can see where it's getting hung up. So, finally got past that. Here's your next spot to get through. Right in here between 811 and 812 will be its next point. Keep zooming back, you'll see the other tips. Every one of these tips along the way, there's more candles here, and these tips here creates resistance. So, where's the free run for Rory? I think once we get up here, pull that across, that up, pull this one across, line that up. There you go. Those are your points of explosions. That's where you'd like to get from the bottom of this to here for a 7% profit. Take a little bit of profit right here. It could come up here and pull back. If it blows through this, somewhere up in here, you might want to take another piece of profit. It gets up here and blows past this. Enjoy the ride. Happy Easter from Rory. That's the best way to look at that one. It's at 4% now. It was down there doing nothing. It's up into 4%. So Rory's up here at the top now. It's definitely moving. Polly's getting up there. Polly's making a move. It was down there in the bottom too this morning. Farm. Came from about $96 up. So it's up about $5. OGN is still holding the top spot. Very possible one of these smaller coins can take that top spot today. How long have I been streaming? Oh, an hour and a half. Nice. Please smash that like button on your way in. It helps the algorithm out. Helps get this out so more people come in. Interested to see how much further Rory's going to push up. We are on the 30-minute. Let's tap down the 30 right here. Go to the 15. Showing still more room. Plenty of room to move on the 15. But then the 30-minute tapped out. What does a 1 hour look like? 1 hour is looking great. See, still got plenty of room on the 1 hour to get to the 1% up here. It's just a 30-minute that's tapped out right now. So 20 minutes left on the 30-minute. But it just topped out. Both of them just topped out on the 30-minute. One hour, you still got 49 minutes left of it, so it's a fairly new 1 hour candle. Plenty of room to push up. I think we could possibly get up here to 834, but I'm not holding my breath. 826 is definitely looking good. That's what I'm seeing. I like using the 24-minute candle. But it's not showing good. 15 minutes, showing fairly decent still. So there we go, 814. Get moving. Here, I need a little nudge. Let me nudge that up there for you guys. See if I can get it up here. But Rory, here, we'll make it look good. Look at Rory go. No. I wouldn't call it a rocket candle, but it is a good moving candle. Put it on auto. I guess it does blow it up there on auto. Turn that off. I want to watch it go up to that blue line. 3 minutes left of this candle. Hoping to get past above 820 on this last minute of the candle or so. But most definitely, RARI, known as Rory, making some good moves. Bitcoin struggling to get to the 40,500 mark. It's pulling back. It was at 40,450, so it's almost pulled back a little bit. Come on. Get to the 820. At least get to the 820. Still got 2 minutes left of this 15-minute candle, so I feel like we're still looking good. One more solid pump here, get you above 820, possibly to our blue line at 827 area. Had the perfect little pullback right here. And that's it. Now it's coming all the way back here, retest this. There you go. Push back off that tip. So it broke it, came back and retested it. Now, move on up. My rule of thumb is if it comes back here and falls like this, retesting it, if it falls way back below it, way down here, most likely it won't get a pump above this. You'll have a green candle lower than that, and then you're on your way back down. That'll be pretty much it. So keeps retesting this line, the tip of this other candle. That's the third touch. It went up and just came back again. Got a coffee. Time to get some more coffee here. Might have to get off here. I think the kids will be waking up here soon. The wife will want to start doing the Easter for the kids she watch. I'll probably need to help her because they'll be excited and wanting to tear the house up. a little 2-year-old and 3-year-old. It'll be a crazy morning. So when I do get ready to close the day out, it looks like we are going to have a new coin of the day. Like it's probably going to hold up as OGN unless something can just blow up out of the bottom here. Crypt did not prove to be a great coin of the day yesterday, but hey, it was the leader when we got off. I know like an hour later, something else popped up and held the top all day. I thought about changing it, but I'll stick to my guns. The coin of the day when I close the show out will be the coin for the rest of the day, whether it's good or bad. Come on, Rory, show us some magic here. You came back, you retested. Oh, new candle right there. Now, I do not think this will break that. I could be wrong. It didn't fall below it, but it started a new candle right on it. Come on, Rory, what are you going to do? QSP's already ran past you. AVT's ran past you. You're holding up our show. Bitcoin pulling back is not helping it any right now. Sol is making a little bit of a move, not much, pulling back. Everything is pulling back except for AVT, holding strong. There she pulled back below it, so that right there, you see it pull back. That's about all she's going to probably give us today. She's going to come back and retest down in here somewhere, and then possibly pop back up in this area. So nice little pop off this morning, nice little run up, not enough to make it profitable, but if you're already in it, you got some hope today for it. IOTX, look at that, making a little pump out of the bottom down here. IOTX, see that? It didn't break out simultaneously, but we do got a little breakout, so expect a little run up on IOTX. Ethereum making a nice move up. ICP, nice little pull out here. Yeah, most of my breakouts are on the 30 minutes. So I see, stay on the 30 minute MCO2. Get a little breakout there on the 30 minute. Green dot right after it. Not performing very well here. Yep, not much more down here. Go back up to the top and refresh it. OGN is pulling back. Look at that. Double cross. That one's fixing to cross down here. Volume coming down. LMSA is up on top, pushing down. This is the SMA right here. If it breaks that, it's definitely going to keep falling. Farm. LMSA is already tapped out on it. This can break through and get on top of it. It can get explosive again. DNT broke out that little wedge I had. RBN pulling back. Poly pulling back and trying to get a move back up. Nice little cool off right here. Even though that's maxed out there and got a red dot, it looks like it's trying to curl back up. QSP looking halfway decent. It did break this channel. We've talking about it earlier. You need to break that channel. Well, break the channel and get up in here. So it is. It's up in there. It's just got to work its way up. Get past 706. Have it nice little runoff. AVT. Nice pop up here and pull back. LCX is a nice runner right now. Pico. Rory. On the 30-minute. Pulled all the way back on that one candle. Alice was doing good. They reached up here and touched that. For the 15. They're going to hold that support. Trying to. Oh, geez. Jasmine on the way back up, it looks like. 5-minute. There's a 30-minute. A little pull back to the 50 moving average. Trying to get line back up for another move back up. Like I said, these are just the 15 and 30-minute candles. I'm watching the daily on this more than anything. A lot can happen in 12 hours as it goes across, up and down. And eventually it's going to keep moving upward. At least that's what I'm seeing on the daily. It's going to continue moving up. So I'm not seeing anything else that's going to be a contender. A lot of pretenders. Look at that Pro. Pro is just poof. Popped up out of nowhere. Look at that. I just did a video on that. Go watch that video. It's pretty interesting. This coin has so much potential. I really think this right here could be a $10, $15 coin. So a lot of potential in Pro. Nice blow off there. 3% run up out of nowhere. Started at my top 15. That's a 30-minute candle. But we get more explosive, we get a blue diamond like this right here. Light that candlestick up with a yellow dot. There's only 7 minutes left. If I could do it within the first next minute and a half, 2 minutes, might get 5 minutes of a nice run. But I see it's fighting this line I got drawn here. Let me extend this line over. Breaking through it, a resistance. Resistance back here, it's pushing through. And the next one will be this orange line up here. There's a nice little channel right here, needs to break through to get moving. I'm looking for Pro to break $4.10. To me, that's the last all-time high once all the coins went into circulation. This gets to 410, it's going to take off running. So, that being said, I'm going to have to get out of here. I hear kids, so I know the wife's going to expect me to come help her. So, let's refresh this. I'm pretty sure OGN is going to be our coin of the day on the live stream for the rest of the day. But keep your eye on these coins we covered this morning. They are going to be making some moves. So you guys have a wonderful rest of your day and happy Easter. Thank you for coming and hanging out here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Please like, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you get notified when we do have videos published or when we go live. And come hang out with us over on the 24/7 live stream. It's running all the time. A lot of people in there chatting from all over the world, all different ideas and thoughts on how crypto works for them. So that being said, enjoy your Easter with your family and have a wonderful day. And we're out of here, guys.